Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Rest, and in this video I want to go over a Mayhem 11 Iron Bear Moze build. I know Iron Bear builds are some of everybody's favorites builds, especially Moze mains, and there's some new things that came with the designer's cut update that actually changed the way this build is played. Not only is there new anoints, there is a new skill tree, and all of this plays into what makes this build even stronger than it once was. I'm telling you right now, this is the best Iron Bear build you can run. You're going to be able to just insta-kill bosses, insta-kill just any mob areas, and it is absolutely disgusting. So if that interests you, as always, my builds are located in my Discord channel if you would like to download them. The link to the Discord will be in the description. If you download the build and enjoy the video, find it helpful in any way, consider subscribing and dropping a like. It's free and it's what allows me to keep making videos like this for you guys. But with all that being said, I hope you enjoy this build. Alright, so if we take a look right here at the gear, as you see, all you really need to run is this stuff over here. And the main weapons we're going to be running is the Execute and the Zets of Eruption. So on the Execute, we have, while Iron Bear is active, minigun damage is increased by 100%. This is going to be your mobbing, anointment. When you're getting an Iron Bear, get in this and your miniguns are going to do more damage. The minigun is what the main mobbing thing we're going to be running. It's also really good for bossing. Literally, you can run anything you want to with this Iron Bear build. Any, additional weapon. If you want to run the Iron Bear Fist, you can. It's gonna do everything. Like, it's absolutely disgusting. But since we have these anoints, I'm going for this minigun playstyle. And then for bossing, I have the Zets of Eruption. So while Iron Bear is active, Vanquisher Rocket Pod damage is increased by 100%. If you don't know, the Vanquisher Rocket Pod is like by far the best Iron Bear action skill for bossing. The Vanquisher Rocket Pod just absolutely obliterates every enemy in this game just in the snap of a finger. It's honestly kind of ridiculous. So Vanquisher Rocket Pod for bossing, minigun for mobbing. Now both of these weapons apply debuffs. You apply the debuff with the Execute by essentially just unloading the magazine, and then when you reload the gun at 0 rounds, it's going to apply 50% debuff to an enemy. This is just going to help out with bossing if you need it. It is complete overkill and you don't need it at all, but you have it there just in case. Then the Zets of Eruption, when it overheats, it's going to shoot out these little projectiles to go and hit a target, which will, each of those projectiles will debuff the enemy. So this is also just another debuff weapon. Now we're actually going to be running a flipper with the URAD anoint while under 50% health to do 150% bonus radiation damage. This is going to be, if you ever get out of Iron Bear, which probably won't ever happen, but if you do, you're going to be able to kill enemies really quick to get back in it. Then we have an EMP file right here just to move faster. The anointment doesn't matter at all. Now we have the plus ultra right here. After exiting Iron Bear, kills increase Iron Bear's cooldown by 30%. So if you get out of Iron Bear, this flipper is going to destroy enemies, which is in return going to give you cooldown to get back in your Iron Bear really quick. Now also the plus ultra gives you an absurd amount of health bar, and if you don't know, the health bar actually contributes to Iron Bear's health, so it's going to have more armor the more health you have. So you have an insane health bar, which is going to give Iron Bear an insane amount of armor, which means you won't die with Iron Bear. This is also just very good survivability. Once you get out of Iron Bear and you need to kill enemies, it's really good for that too. Now for the grenade at its piss, this is just going to apply debuff to whatever enemy you throw it on, and on grenade 3 you give them weapon damage, grenade damage, and axe skill damage, which is really good. Axe skill damage is going to make Iron Bear do even more. This is good for bossing if you want to throw it on a boss. Then for the class mod, we have the Flare class mod. This is going to be new for this build. Gain up to 100% damage while Iron Bear is active, decreasing as Iron Bear spends fuel. So this damage bonus is absolutely insane. 100% damage on your Iron Bear is just going to let you destroy. I mean, you absolutely melt everything. As you've seen some of the clips already, it's disgusting. Like, it's the only word I can say. It's like, it's the only thing. It's just disgusting. But this is going to give you 36% more splash damage, 39% max cooldown rate, and 39% more axe skill damage. All of this is really good. If you can get splash radius on it as well, it's going to be really good. It's going to make your miniguns, which I'll get into in a second, just have an absurd splash radius to kill everything. But this class mod alone right here is just stupid good. The damage you're going to get out of it is just crazy. Now for class mod, we have a Snowdrift Deathless. This is giving you more area effect damage, more max health, and more axe cooldown rate. Max health is going to let your Iron Bear have more health. Cooldown rate obviously is good for Iron Bear. Then area effect damage is splash damage, so you're going to get more splash damage now, which is going to make you do even more damage. And that's literally all the gear you need for this build. Since this is a Iron Bear focused build, you don't need much gear. Obviously, you could honestly take like some of this stuff off and you would still be fine. But the main thing is these two anoints for whatever you're doing, the class mod, and you know, the plus ultra for damage resistance. Now getting into the skills, we'll start in demolition woman because we're right here. We have 5 points of fire in the sky again, so whenever we do splash damage, we do 15% bonus scenario damage. This gets Mayhem Skeleton. We all know how stupid good fire in the sky acting is, and it's going to be really, really good for this build too. 3 points in deadline, so we have less fuel drain, and whenever you kill an enemy, we actually are going to restore fuel. This is what is going to allow you to basically stay in Iron Bear almost forever. 5 points in torque cross motion, so we get 30% more splash damage and a 15% chance to double the splash damage radius, which is really nice. You really want this for splash damage. 5 points in stainless steel bear, so we get more maximum fuel, Iron Bear armor, and Iron Bear damage, which is getting buffed by our class mod to 8, so it's giving us even more benefits. And the next skill tree, Shield of Retribution, we have 5 points of armor infantry, so we get more gun damage and damage reduction when our shield is up, which is going to be always since we have deathless. 1 point security bear, so our Iron Bear can have a nice bubble shield, which is going to help with, you know, survivability. 3 points in Thyroid line, so we get 60% of our max health reserve, and we can put that to our shield. This does work with deathless, so you're going to have a huge shield, which is really nice for survivability. 5 points of Vital Ingenuity, so we get 20% more shield recharge rate, 30% more max shield, and 47% shock damage resistance. This is good since you're only going to be having shields. You're going to have some shock damage resistance, so you don't just immediately die if you do get out of Iron Bear. 1 point in experimental conditions, so whenever we get a crit, we do bonus scenario damage. This is really good as well. 3 points of desperate measures, so the lower our health is, we get up to 50% damage on Iron Bear weapons and our weapons. So since we're running deathless, we have this at all times. Iron Bear is going to do 50% more damage, which is really, really good. Now bottomless mags, we have 5 points of Cloud of Lead, so every 4th shot we're going to be doing bonus scenario damage, and if we're outside of Iron Bear, we're actually going to, you know, every 4th shot not consume ammo as well, which is going to be really, really good to get back in to, you know, keep getting kills to proc that actual cooldown rate. 1 point Daka Bear, so if you're ever playing co-op, somebody can get in your turret, which will make your Iron Bear have more damage. You can honestly put this 1 point anywhere in the skill tree, but I just do it in here to go with the theme of the build. 3 points to Stoke the Ember, so every incinerate damage you're doing is just buffed by 30%, which is really nice. 1 point redistribution, so when you get a crit, we're going to get ammo regeneration. The health regeneration doesn't matter if you're not running Bloodletter, but the ammo regeneration is going to help with getting back into Iron Bear. 5 points of Scorching RPM, so we get more fire rate, critical hit damage, and Iron Bear damage. More Iron Bear damage is always nice. 1 point Specialist Bear, so whenever we're running 2 of the same weapons, which will always be running 2 of the same weapons, we're going to be getting 60% more damage. Now, like I said, we're going to be running miniguns for the most part for mobbing, and we're going to be running exploding bullets. So what this is going to do is make your miniguns basically shoot grenades out and cause splash damage. So since you're running double minigun, you get the bonus from this, and since you're doing splash damage, it's proccing fire in the Skag Den, which is doing incinerate damage, and then you're going to be buffing incinerate damage with Soak the Embers. This is going to make ad clearing insane. You're pretty much going to be able to one-shot every single ad in the entire game, which is absolutely crazy. Then, like I said, for bossing, you have Vanquish or Rocket Pod, which will run 2 of the same to buff it by 60% damage, and you're just going to melt bosses. But then in the final skill tree, we have Bear Mother. This is her new skill tree. We have 3 points of Big Surplus, so whenever we exit Iron Bear, you're going to get 15% bonus incendiary damage. This does scale with Mayhem. It is really, really good. So if you essentially get out of Iron Bear, you're going to be able to get back in it because you're going to get killed super easy. Since you have Deathless and the Flipper, you're going to have really good damage to that. You want to keep proccing this Anoint to get back in it, so then this is just going to let you kill things even easier to keep proccing that Anoint over and over again to get back in your Iron Bear. Now, we have 5 points of really big guns as well to get 20% more Iron Bear damage, which is nice. Then 3 points of double time, so basically Iron Bear is going to have 12% more movement speed, which is really, really good. And one thing, if you didn't notice, is that this is very Diva themed from Overwatch, so that is what I'm going for, completely being in the mech the whole time, and if you get out, your main goal is to try to get back in it. And also another thing I will say, since I'm on the Bear Mother skill tree, this actually, as of recording this, did get changed to our Iron Cub actually does do Mayhem scaling, so expect to see an Iron Cub build come out sooner or later, and it's just gonna be disgusting what the little Iron Bear can do. So that is going to do it for the Iron Bear focus build. Like I just said, Iron Cub was updated now to actually be good, so expect to build for that later. But if you specifically still want to focus on Iron Bear, this is going to be your best bet. And even if you don't have the DLC, I'm pretty sure the anointments are still available for everybody. So you can take those points out of Bear Mother and put them in other parts of the skill tree, and you're still going to be able to destroy with this build. I'm telling you, this is one of the best Iron Bear builds, and it's going to let you clear literally everything in the game without even trying. But that is going to do all for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this build if you try it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Try to bait, run away, don't go. I'm in hell, might as well just go. Losing track, don't take my soul. I'm in first, you too late, you slow.